Years ago, I thought that I did not like working. Now I wake up feeling the need to work. And it's really crazy if you think, but things can really change depending on how you think about your own work. So the way that I used to feel was that I only worked for money. So I usually started doing something and started working with something, then I would get bored in months and try to jump to the next kind of job just to get to start working for the money and get bored again and then jump again to the next. And it was a cycle, it was a loop, but it was a really bad loop because I ended up working for years in different things and not really progressing and not really I was not starting a career at all. So I told myself a lie. I thought that I needed to find something I like first, and then I use it to wait to like things first. But in 2022, I got a new rule to myself. I would pick only one thing I would pick only one thing and stay that for at least 3 months. And I know that it is a really short period of time, but at that time I was really not consistent and disciplined at all with anything. I would drop things in weeks before I would get an idea, try it, and get bored and and just quit and go and try to go to other thing as I said before. So I decided to commit before the feeling of liking the work shows up. So instead of liking something first, I decided to focus for 3 months at least and then decide after that if I if I liked it or not. So in 3 months, like in March of that year, it became the best month at that time. So I stayed and it paid off. At that time, it was the most amount of money that I've made in a month. And I remember that my birthday is on March 6th. And at that year, it was on a Sunday, and I didn't even had time to celebrate my birthday because I spent the whole Sunday working with my friends in a project. And after I started seeing that my work could get more money than I thought, I started to get more motivated with it. And then a sharper question came up. So what can I do to get the same result but working fewer hours? So it would be basically the idea of working faster but not longer. Because at that time I really wanted to study. Was studying digital marketing because I wanted to learn more about the market that I was working as a freelancer. And then I realized that in just 3 months, I realized that I was a below average designer, but I was able to build pages really fast because I started learning how to build the layouts that I created in Figma or Photoshop at the time. I was able to build in WordPress with Elementor without knowing how to code at that time. So I saw that I was much faster at building the pages and slower at designing the page. So I leaned into what was fast, and I got into a course. I made some friends. This course was for graphic designers, and in just a few weeks I was able to start building the pages that my friends that were better designers than me built, uh, designed, and I was building them on WordPress and Elementor because for them it was actually faster to build the layout, to draw and design the layout than building it with WordPress. And that started a loop where instead of quitting something, I started to learn it, build it faster, and get paid a bit more. So each turn was actually easier than the last. So instead of trying something, getting bored, and quitting, I was starting to compound my knowledge. And so the feeling that I was not bored that much anymore, but for years I just paid the bills. I worked just enough. So I was not thinking about working more hours. I was thinking about working less, working faster, more efficient, because I did not like to work that much. Um, it was just a way to make money, and I saw tasks that were easier to me for me to make money. But this year it finally clicked. So something appeared was jumped in this presentation. But in 2023 I started work learning how to program. So I started learning as a freelancer, so I started taking easier jobs and learning as I worked with. And I started with front end because it was a lot easier to me. And so I was able last year I was able already to build systems on my own. But this year I started working with AI and cloud code every day. And I finally saw how AI turned effort into leverage. So I got into different stages. So first, I was in need for money. Then I developed a new skill after I saw that I was better at building pages than designing them. I dropped e- everything from graphic design. I even don't remember that much how I used to do it. Then I got speed, I got faster, and now with AI I got leverage. And what I believe now, after all the things that I've done and my journey in thinking about my own work, is that the one thing comes after. So you need to commit first, and the want to work will follow after that. And it's funny for me to say right now, because I used to wake up in the morning without wanting to work at all. I saw tasks. I was even getting starting to get nervous when I listened to notification on my cell phone or on my computer, because I thought that it would be a new task, and I did not want to do that. And that sounds crazy to me right now, because that's how I think now. Now I want to work as much as possible, because I know that the more I work, more results will came. So I totally changed my view on my own work. And the idea is that the one thing comes after the work, not before. Liking your work comes with you getting better at it and getting positive feedbacks after you starting delivering your services to people that really value them. And this will only come with committing to getting good with something, and it will take time. It will take months, it will take years for it to finally click. And that's the lesson I learned after all these years working as a freelancer today. And for the ones that stayed until the end of this video, uh, things that I started learning in 2022 are only being felt in 2026. It took me 4 years to feel it, to change my view on something. And that's it. Some truths reach you years before you can live them. And that's why I think nowadays that you have to be into constant contact with good ideas, with great ideas. And and that's why I really like religion, because that's one of the ways for me that is the best one for to stay into contact with ideas that made me want to be better. That's it for today.